This isn't a memorial, it's a vessel. Kari, 1909. 12 of them cut their fingers and bled into one oath, and the marble of the case was quarried from that blood-soaked ground.
The first, the brush of wind. The spirit of Mundek dwells in it. At the Salsu, he broke the river and swept 30,000 of Su's army away. The second, the brush of Mud. The life of Yu Quan Song dwells in it.
Can you bear this pressure, detective?
12 spirits awake. Pixie. Lock every target. The wind current finally crossed the line, didn't it? Quiet all this time and now it erupts.
The brush sang first. Pixie locked the coordinates. Subject's Ryuha, rates at 98%.
Ryuha, of course it's him. I've known the shape of all 12 for a long time, they're only just beginning to wake. Sink in. No spirit suit, and he's holding the rift open, his nerves will burn.
So you laid Pixie's virtual compute right over his neural net, and look at it, it's holding. Beautifully. The overload isn't burning through anymore, it's being absorbed, it's being carried for him. Stay on it. Watch the overload as long as you can. I need to know exactly how much of his nerve load Pixie can take before it cracks.
It only works because his brush opened the channel first. Mundek's wind brush, it sang the moment his current erupted. That song cut a clean path straight into his spiritual nerve net, a channel, wide open, right down to him. Without it, I'd have nothing to layer Pixie onto, no door, no anchor. The brush opened the way. That's the only reason we're holding him tonight.
Can you bear this pressure, detective?
K-pop, K-drama, K-food. Different rhythms on the surface, but run them through Pixie's filter, and they braid into one web over the city. The old sealers classified this as the Yumyo wave. In the frenzy, the soul slips out of phase, and that's where the demons quietly nest. That's why they began to call this place Omega.
Banishment!
Neural load just hit the breaking line again. Grid caught it, barely. That's the third time.
But it didn't break.
No, the pain isn't easing. His readout's still screaming. But he's not collapsing either. He's holding.
Then he's still standing in there. Good. Keep the grid on him.
You understand what this is, right? No spirit suit, no buffer. His bare nervous system is taking the full recoil of the abyss.
No human body is built to survive that. I can't promise how much longer the grid holds him.
Then we don't look away. Not for a second. Track him to the very end. Wherever the Inkseputor goes in that storm, Pixie follows.
"12 spirit beasts carved on one side, and on the other, 12 names, the 12 of the blood oath."
The case is cut from that same bloodstone, the marble of Kari, where the 12 bled into the oath.
And that oath, 12 wills bound into one, soaked into the stone, that's what holds 12 scattering brushes together. This isn't a memorial, it's a vessel. Kari, 1909. 12 of them cut their fingers and bled into one oath, and the marble of the case was quarried from that blood-soaked ground. Their oath, 12 wills bound into one soaked into the stone. That is what holds 12 scattering brushes together. Ryuha, lock the altar frequency. Just confirm the sealer's responses, nothing else, only their resonance.
Look. The altar's data just finished aligning. Phase offsets match to a 10,000th of a millisecond. No memorial is laid out like this. This is a computational circuit, built to that precision on purpose.
The old awakeners read the heavens through Myeongli and marked a coordinate, the final output where the Earth's energy verges. 100 years ago, Grandfather already foreseen this exact place. He named it Omega.
Where heaven's current pours into the earth, the one place the Great Western Wave must come to close its door.
The first, the brush of wind. The spirit of Mundek dwells in it. At the Salsu, he broke the river and swept 30,000 of Su's army away. Barely a few thousand crawled home. The keepers of wind carried that breath down generation to generation into this one brush. The second, the brush of Mud. The life of Yu Kwansong dwells in it. Not even the thick walls of Sodaemun prison could put out her breath. She kept crying for freedom as she died, and through it runs Hujun's healing to save and save and save again. That is the current of wood. The brush of metal, the hands of Jang Yongshid dwell in it. Born a servant, he built the heavens machine, the self-striking water clock, the Armonautic sphere. He measured time and read the sky. Gears and star orbits became one formula, a platinum light that never stops calculating. That order is the way of metal. The brush of fire, the spirit of An Jungong dwells in it. At Harbin Station, with one shot, he struck down the man who tore our nation apart and answered for the whole East. One resolve that lit a fire nothing could put out. That blaze is the way of fire, the brush of earth. The spirit of General Kim Jwa-jin dwells in it. At Cheongsanli, he read the valley itself, hid in its ridges, and broke a far larger army, our greatest victory in the field. He made the land rise and fight with him. That is the way of earth. The brush of water. The spirit of Admiral Yi Sun-shin dwells in it. 13 ships against 133. I still have 12 ships, he said, and held the roaring streep of Myeongyang. He turned the current itself into a weapon. That deep, unbreakable sea is the way of water, the brush of heaven. The spirit of General Gangamchun dwells in it. At Gwiju, he read the sky and the wind and shattered a host of 100,000, one of our 3 great victories. A star fell the night he was born. To read the heavens and bend the battle, that is the way of heaven. The brush of shadow. The spirit of General Gyaibak dwells in it. 5,000 against 50,000 at Huangshanbol. He went out resolved to die and beat them 4 times over. To stand unbroken in the dark when the end is certain. That is the way of shadow. The brush of illusion. The spirit of the writer Hugun dwells in it. He wrote our first novel in our own script. A hero born low who defied an unjust world and built an ideal land. To imagine a juster world so vividly it bends the real. That is the way of illusion, the brush of spirit. This one runs in my own blood. My forefather Shin Gyu-suk built the foundation of a free nation, schools, a government in exile far from home, and Lee Ho-young poured out his entire fortune to lay that groundwork, to design what others will stand on, unseen. That is the way of spirit. The brush of thunder. The spirit of the great scholar Jung Yak-yong dwells in it. He read everything and built everything, a fortress, machines to lift stone, reason branching into 1,000 connected paths, knowledge that links to knowledge and strikes like lightning. That is the way of thunder. Its bearer is not yet awake. The brush of the netherworld. The spirit of the great physician Liejima dwells in it. He read the body itself, mapped human nature into types, and stood at the line between living and dying. To read what death leaves written on the body, that is the way of the netherworld. 12. The number of completion. "12 spirits awake. Pixie. Lock every target. It's time to bring him through."
I'm here. The hunt begins now.